Good morning. Thanks for joining me for some Brioga. We're going to work on our posture today. My neck has been really feeling tight. If you know me, you know that's pretty common. So we're going to be working on that today. We're going to work on our hips. We do some twists. We're going to need a strap, a block, a wall, and a floor. Let's start by putting our legs up the wall. So we're going to keep our strap with us. We'll set our block beside us. We're going to scoot sideways to the wall and then roll ourselves up. Putting our back flat, we're going to put the strap over our feet and tighten it so that our feet are held so that they're nice and straight. We'll set our heels up the wall and just let our body relax. Taking deep breaths, palms up, inhaling into the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Exhaling from the belly first, pressing every single bit of air out of your body, everything you can get. And we're going to give our body about 2 minutes to respond to this position. If you have found that your legs, your hips, are not touching the ground yet, scoot back a little until that is definitely happening for you. Now let's take our hands up, interlacing our palms. You're going to press your palms into each other, keep your right arm straight, and drag it across your body with your left arm. Keeping that arm nice and tight, pushing all that movement into the shoulder and the shoulder blade. Bring it back to the center. Exhale into pulling the opposite side across. And we're just going to go back and forth with our breath, exhaling. Inhaling to the center, exhaling to the opposite side. Okay, now bend your knees so that you can widen your strap so that your feet can be slightly wider than your hips. And you're going to stick your feet to the wall, try and make them even outside edges of the feet straight, toes are pretty spread. Press to the wall. We're going to put our hands straight out to the sides, all of our fingertips, each thumb touching the ground, and we're going to press our fingertips and thumbs for the duration of our exhale. So pressing. Inhale. Relax and do nothing. Get that full inhale. Fingers engaged. Exhale. And just repeat. And you can press your fingers anywhere from just slightly to max engagement, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you feel your shoulders are behaving the same way, try to press a little bit more. And then bring your hands up to a Y. And we're going to do the same thing. All your fingertips, both your thumbs, keeping your toes engaged with the wall, knees pressed out slightly. Inhale, exhale, pressing all the fingertips. And then we're going to give our arms a break. We're going to unclip our strap. We're going to take our pillow or our block. And we're going to scoot back from the wall so that our knees are at about a right angle. And then we're going to place our pillow or block right between our knees, feeling our hips on the ground, our toes on the wall, and the backs of our hands on the ground. We're going to press the block with our knees, giving it a good squeeze, holding it for a whole exhale, and then inhale and relax. And then set your block beside you. And we're going to roll onto our back so that we're nice and flat. And we're going to spend one more minute or two on the ground. Make sure your hips are nice and even. Get 2 fingers on each hip bone. Feel it out. Make sure it feels pretty good. Toes are out to the side. Knees and feet are relaxed. And then you're going to squeeze your glutes only as much as you can with your back relaxed. The stronger your compensation, the more difficult it'll be to squeeze your glutes without your back tightening up. Putting your fingers on your lower back can really help feel a lot and increase your awareness. By finally moving and activating the glutes, being careful not to incorporate any other body part, you can increase the glutes area on your brain map and make it work better for you all the time. As you develop compensatory patterns in your movements, your glutes can fire along with other parts of your body, like your hamstrings or your lower back. And it's great that they can work together, but if that's a dominant pattern, those areas on your brain map will merge together and move as one body part. And that's going to lead to excess inflammation, stress, tightness, pain, fatigue, all sorts of not good feeling things. So just remember to lay on the ground and squeeze your butt a little bit every day. and you'll probably be just fine. My lower back has been a little extra tight lately, so I'm putting my hands right on my erectors and I'm feeling for them to stay completely, totally relaxed. It took a minute and now it's working really well, and I'm sure my back is going to feel great today. Okay, now let's do a couple twists. We're going to lay over on our side. We're going to put our hands out in front, knees up. We're going to open up, put our arm behind us, and take deep breaths, keeping our knees together. Taking deep, deep breaths, breathing into the belly, the chest, and the collarbone. Breathing out 100% of the air, feeling your belly button draw into your body, feeling your whole core tighten up for that exhale. That's good. We're going to bring it back. Start again on the opposite side. Bringing your knees up, hands out and together, shoulders together. Open up the top arm. Keep your knees together. Look right at your hand and take really, really deep breaths. Then we're going to bring our hand around and close it. We're going to come to our hands and knees. And we're going to do some cats and cows. Nice spread fingers. Your hands and knees are nice and square. A little bit of tension between the shoulder blades. Never lose it. Start by arching your low back, tucking your butt, pushing into the ground, tucking your chin. And then we'll do the opposite, starting with the hips, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, pinching the shoulder blades together and looking up. Hip tuck, belly button tuck, press into the ground, tuck the chin. Lift the hip, drop the belly, push the chest, squeeze the shoulders, look up. Find a breathing pattern that works for you. I'm working out some stuff in my upper back and my neck, so I'm not going to talk and I'm going to work for a few reps, really focusing on my breath. Now we're going to stand up. Great job on that first part. We're going to come over and put our hands on the wall, right in front of our shoulders. Take a step back. Make sure your feet are even as you can get them. And then push your hips back behind you. Elongate your spine, keep your legs tight, feel the stretch in your hamstrings and also your back, shoulders, and your chest. Taking deep breaths, filling the chest, the ribs, and the belly, exhaling fully each time. Big toe pressure, keeping your legs so tight. We want to give our body about 2 minutes to respond to this position. Getting that deep hip hinge, full extension of the posterior chain. Stand up, take a step forward so our feet are right under our shoulders. Palms are flat, and we're going to rotate our elbows up to the side and then down and in, trying to keep a good pinch in our shoulder blades the whole time. Do a few more. Keep your elbows super tight. Isolate all the movement into your shoulder and your shoulder blade. And then we're going to get ready to do a forward fold. So I want you to position yourself facing the wall between 6 and 10 inches away, approximately, with your feet straight. Outside edges of the feet straight, toes very even, and they're spacing from the wall. And then you're going to start to fold forward. You might have to turn your head to the side to get in there. Let your chin tuck. And then put any part of the back of your head or your back on the wall. This is super tight for me today, so I'm not really sinking right into it, and you might not either. And you just keep contact with the wall at one point, and you just gently push. Move your feet. If you feel like the distance is off, and take deep breaths. Having your feet placed evenly, distanced from the wall, will help your body open up in a more symmetrical way. One side is going to be a lot less likely to be favored. And as your body adapts, you can put more and more of your back and your neck on the wall. When you're in this extended position, you don't want to turn your head too much. You want to keep it
Go ahead and straight ahead. And don't do anything that causes you pain, especially sharp pain. And you can play with different areas of give. For example, I was just bending my knees so that my back could be more exposed to the wall, but then I raised myself up and straightened my legs and then let my back figure it out. Now I have a lot of tension trapped up in my body from my workouts over the weekend, so I'm going to stay a little extra long here. If you need to bail out and fast forward, listen to your body. Okay, I'm going to say a few more breaths like this.
And then, whatever you were doing, whenever you're done, put your back flat to the wall. Heels, hips, shoulders, all your fingertips, and your thumbs. Make sure your feet are pretty straight. Outside edges. Big toe pressure, squeeze your butt to help set your pelvis. Don't force your head to the wall unless it touches very naturally. Gently scan your body, looking for places on the wall that aren't feeling the same. For example, I just noticed that my calf on the left was not touching the wall. Now that I've corrected it, my body is starting to shift in its center of gravity a little bit. And this will be our last thing today. We moved all around, and now we're resetting in a neutral position so that we can go about and do anything we want to today. If you're noticing that it's challenging to stay on the wall, that's a big clue in that your posture is not great. If you cannot adhere to a vertical surface, that's really not that good. So you should practice more often. Do it for a minute, 2 minutes. Have a contest with your friends or family to see who can do it the longest. And if you liked my video, like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and thanks so much for joining me to work on our bodies and our posture. Have a great day.